Hello, world. This is Doug Johnson, and I'm White Trash Talking. Okay, today I'd like to talk about Gaza, but before I begin, I just want to remind viewers to like and subscribe the video. Okay, so the Gaza genocide continues, yet the world seems distracted by other pressing news in places like Ukraine, Russia, China, Iran, and the US, and other places. So today, to put the focus back on Gaza, I prepared a short video, followed by a very short poem by Rafat al-Alir, a Palestinian author. Okay, so here's the video. The Gaza genocide began almost 18 months ago. Currently, the official number of Palestinian deaths is around 50,000. Although many estimate the number to be much higher. Israel has succeeded in making Gaza almost entirely uninhabitable. They shut off Gaza's electricity, meaning that water desalination plants no longer function and clean water is nowhere to be found. They tightened their blockade of Gaza so that no food has entered for more than 7 weeks. 92% of Gazan children are malnourished. The Gazan infrastructure is almost totally destroyed. Nearly all of the cropland has been destroyed, as have the greenhouses, agricultural wells, school buildings, commercial and industrial buildings, the road networks, and almost all of the housing units. 70% of the Gaza Strip is now either buffer zones or no-go zones. 500,000 Gazans have been displaced since March 15th. 1.9 million Gazans live in tents and need emergency shelter. The Israelis have made Gaza unlivable. The genocide, it would seem, is nearly complete. Will this continue until all the Gazans are dead? Does the world care enough to stop this? Some may think that the Palestinian problem, while terrible and sad, is not their problem. Some may even ask, who are the Palestinians to me? The deeper question is, who are we as humans? Please indulge me as I try to answer this. There is only one political problem in our world today, the unification of the human race. Our categorical distinctions of nation, race, color, and ideologies are mental constructs. These literal, superficial divisions are tears and splits in the fabric of the whole. We see ourselves as separate and distinct, and all too often as better than other groups of people on the planet. Too often, we fight and destroy the other to promote or protect ourselves. But consider that this is all an illusion, that there is no such thing as other. This is the deeper symbolic truth. Norman O'Brown, in his book Love's Body, states that there is no such thing as a single human being, unmixed with other human beings. Humans are both literal and symbolic. They are both concrete yet abstract, particular yet universal. A person, for example, is a physical entity that is singular and countable, yet a person's characteristics are abstract and capable of occurring in many places simultaneously. An individual, furthermore, cannot be identified apart from his background, and his existence is defined by the existence of community networks that shape and mold him, making him part of a whole. In fact, an individual is symbolically universal. Norman O'Brown writes, quote, "Each personality is a world in himself, a company of many. We are members one of another," end quote. Brown continues, quote, "There is one psyche, one consciousness, one eternal body of humankind. Our external enemies are dangerous parts of ourselves projected outward," end quote. Thus, to neglect others is to compartmentalize. To exploit others is to deceive ourselves. To kill others is to commit suicide. All result from mistaken identity. The other is us. Brown adds, quote, everything is symbolic, everything is holy. The many are made one when the totality is in every part, end quote. Today we see Israel committing genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza. They openly admit their intentions to remove the entire Gazan population through daily bombings and starvation. According to the UN, 100 Gazan children are being killed daily. The world can see Israel's blind rage and their unwillingness to acknowledge Palestinians' humanity, resulting in their own self-destruction. Every bomb that Israel drops on Gaza symbolically falls on themselves. Every bullet they shoot, every Palestinian home, school, and hospital they destroy, and every innocent child they kill will further bury their own humanity and any hope of well-being. They are killing themselves. We empathize with Gazans because we see ourselves in them. We are all Gazans. They are us. We try to imagine their pain, and our heart goes out to them. In fact, we share the same heart. We fill the streets to express our unity. What Israel does to Gazans, they do to us, to the world, and to themselves. We must stop this madness. Somehow, we, the people of the world, must come together to shut down the mechanisms of war. But first, we have to see the world differently. We must know who we really are. This will require adjusting our lenses to see beyond the tears and splits, beyond our superficial differences. Can we do this? Human survival is at stake. I worked for 3 years in Jenin, Palestine, a place that I love, and I visited Israel frequently and enjoyed the people and the experience there. I care about Israel and don't want them to destroy Palestine and destroy themselves in the process. There's not much I can say beyond this. It's unspeakable, the horror that's happening. And I know the world is getting weary after 18 months of this, watching it on their phones, the daily feeds, and it's hard to watch. It's hard for me to watch. I would just implore everyone to keep their eyes on this and their attention on this, and somehow we have to stop it. I don't know how. If I did, I would do it. Okay, so next I want to play a short, 1-minute poem by Rifat Al-Alir, who was a writer and professor in Gaza. He died at the age of 44 by an Israeli airstrike. The poem he wrote is If I Must Die, which has become kind of famous, that you hear it played around in different places. Rifat Al-Alir had a PhD, and he taught literature and creative writing at the Islamic University of Gaza. He founded the organization called We Are Not Numbers, which paired experienced writers with young writers in a mentoring program. And he was killed on December 6, 2003, by a targeted airstrike, which I've told you, after receiving death threats online and on the telephone. He knew he was going to die, and this poem was the last one he wrote before he died. And it's read by a man named Brian Cox. Here it is.
If I Must Die, by Rifat Al-Alir, November the 1st, 2023. If I must die, you must live to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings. Make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope. Let it be a tale.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I have. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you.